Hey everyone, welcome back to my channel, the place where we don't just talk about attraction, we break it down piece by piece. If you're new here, my name is Amelia, and today we're diving deep into a topic that many men quietly struggle with: how to attract a girl who doesn't seem to like you. At least not at first. You see, love and attraction are rarely simple. A woman might not show interest right away, but that doesn't mean you've already lost your chance. Sometimes the smallest change in your energy, attitude, or behavior can open something completely new in her heart. So if you've ever looked at her and thought, I don't stand a chance, stop right there, because what you're about to learn could completely change the way she sees you. Everyone deserves to be loved and appreciated. And often it's not huge gestures that make the difference. It's the small, thoughtful changes that spark the biggest emotional shifts. That's what I'm sharing with you today. Simple, powerful ways to turn quiet indifference into growing attraction. Instead of waiting for the perfect moment, we're going to create it together. Let's talk about how confidence, charm, subtle psychological cues, and emotional presence can make her notice you even if she didn't before. So are you ready? Let's start. And remember, everything begins with self-assurance and a genuine smile. Eye contact is one of the most powerful tools in human connection, but most people misunderstand how to use it. It's not about staring or locking eyes randomly. It's about making eye contact with purpose and emotion. Here's something fascinating that many people don't know. When you look gently into a woman's left eye, it can trigger the release of oxytocin, the bonding hormone, also known as the love chemical. This same hormone is released when we hug someone deeply or share a vulnerable moment. It builds trust and intimacy, things that words alone can't always express. So next time you talk to her, take a breath, slow down, and look softly into her left eye. Don't force it or make it intense. Do it with warmth, calmness, and quiet confidence. Let your eyes say what words can't. I see you. I respect you. You matter. That calm, grounded gaze tells her she's safe with you. Because here's the truth. Words can lie, but eyes almost never do. When your eyes show kindness, strength, and sincerity, you become unforgettable. Now, let's move to something deeply underestimated. Your scent. The way you smell is far more powerful than most men realize. Studies show that men who wear pleasant, subtle fragrances are often seen as more attractive and confident. Why? Because scent connects directly to the emotional memory center of the brain. Your scent becomes part of your identity in her mind. When you find a fragrance that matches your personality, not something cheap or overpowering, but subtle, clean, and unique, it becomes your invisible signature. Imagine this. You're not around, but she catches a trace of that familiar scent, the one you wore when you hugged her. In that instant, her mind goes straight to you. A good fragrance becomes a psychological anchor. It makes her feel safe, and it makes you feel powerful. Choose a scent that represents who you are. If you're calm and steady, go for something woody or musky. If you're mysterious and bold, try something with spice or deep citrus. Small details like this speak volumes without you saying a single word. But sometimes before you can connect deeply, you need to manage something else: your anxiety. It's normal to feel nervous when you're around someone you like, especially if you think she doesn't like you back, but anxiety can block your natural energy and authenticity. Luckily, there are ways to ease it naturally so you can show up as a true self. For example, L-theanine, an amino acid found in green tea, helps calm your mind without making you sleepy. It helps you stay relaxed but alert. Ashwagandha is another great natural option. It helps reduce stress, hormones like cortisol, making you feel calmer and more grounded. Magnesium glycinate is also useful. It relaxes muscles, eases tension, and helps you sleep better. So you wake up feeling steady and confident. When you're calm, your real self shows up. And that's when genuine attraction happens. Not when you're pretending, overthinking, or trying too hard. It happens when you're comfortable in your own skin. Now imagine you finally get the chance to spend time with her. Maybe it's just a casual hangout, or maybe it's your first real date. You might feel nervous, and that's completely okay. But here's a simple psychological trick that can instantly shift your energy before you even meet her. Call someone who loves you. It could be your mum, your best friend, a sibling, anyone who reminds you of your worth. When you hear that familiar, supportive voice, your body releases calm hormones and reduces anxiety. It reminds you that you are already loved, already valuable, and you don't need her approval to feel worthy. That energy changes everything. When you walk into the room relaxed, smiling, and confident, women can feel it. That grounded energy radiates calm strength. It shows that you're not chasing connection, you're inviting it. And that right there is attractive. She might not even know why she suddenly feels more drawn to you, but she'll sense something different. That quiet, confident energy will make her curious. When it comes to planning a date, most men go for the same thing: dinner, coffee, a movie. But those don't usually create emotional excitement. If you want to change how she feels about you, you need to create emotion. So instead of something predictable, try something that stirs her feelings. Adventure, larks, Easter, or surprise. Maybe it's a short road trip to a beautiful lookout, an escape room, a dance class, or even a local art event she's never been to. Activities like these bring energy and fun. Why is this important? Because emotion builds memory. When you make her feel something exciting or unexpected, her brain connects that feeling with you. Psychologists call it the misattribution of arousal. When someone feels an emotional or physical rush and links it to the person they're with. So if you can create that spark of excitement, curiosity, or even a little adrenaline, she'll begin to associate those feelings with you. Maybe she once saw you as just a friend, but when you share an experience that makes her heart race or her mind light up, her perception of you starts to shift. And while you're together, notice how you interact with others. Women pay close attention to that. When you treat waiters, bartenders, or strangers kindly and respectfully, not to impress her, but because that's who you are, she notices. She sees that you move through the world with ease and self-respect. That's real confidence. True confidence isn't about loudness or showing off. It's calm, composed, and considerate. It's in how you speak, how you handle small moments, and how you respond when things go slightly off track. When she sees that you're polite, relaxed, and genuine with others, she feels safer around you. She starts to trust that you can handle challenges with maturity. And that mix, stability and charisma, is incredibly attractive. When it comes time to pay the bill, here's a detail that many men get wrong. Don't turn it into a performance. Don't say, "I've got this," to seem impressive. Just handle it quietly. If she steps away for a moment, pay the bill then. No words, no fuss, just action. Why? Because this shows calm leadership and quiet generosity. You're showing that you care. N. Take charge without needing recognition. When she comes back and finds the bill already taken care of, she'll notice your subtle confidence and maturity. She won't feel like you're trying to buy her attention. She'll feel like she's with someone stable, capable, and thoughtful, and that creates emotional safety. Finally, let's talk about the end of the date. Many guys rush in for the kiss because they feel like that's the right move. But here's the truth. Restraint can be far more powerful. Don't force intimacy too soon. End the night with a genuine smile, a warm hug, and a sincere, "I had a great time." Then walk away with quiet confidence. Let her feel that tiny spark of curiosity about what comes next. When you give her space to wonder, to think about you afterward, that's when real desire begins to grow. Mystery is magnetic. Let her miss you a little. Let her replay the evening in her head, and she'll start to feel that emotional pull toward you, the one that doesn't come from pressure, but from connection. Because at the end of the day, attraction isn't about tricks or manipulation. It's about showing up as your most confident, kind, grounded self and letting her feel that energy for herself. Because when you leave something unspoken, it creates emotional pull. That's how mystery works. That's how you shift from being the guy she barely noticed to the man she can't stop thinking about. But let's pause here and get real for a second. Attraction isn't just about using clever words or planning a fun date. It's about who you become when she's with you, and even more who you are when she's not around. This is where many men go wrong. They focus too much on the woman, what she's thinking, how she feels, how to win her attention. But real attraction begins with something deeper. It begins inside you. It starts with a complete change in mindset. Here's the truth. Women are naturally drawn to men who are growing. Not perfect, not rich, not famous, just evolving. A man who is improving himself mentally, emotionally, and spiritually without needing anyone's approval. That's where real magnetism begins, and this is where the ancient idea of Stoicism comes in. Now, Stoicism doesn't mean being cold or emotionless. It means being in control of your emotions, not letting stress or rejection throw you off balance. It's about focusing on what you can control and letting go of what you can't. When you become that kind of man, the one who doesn't panic over rejection, doesn't chase, and doesn't build his worth around a woman's opinion, something shifts in how women see you. You become harder to read. You become more grounded, more mysterious. She can sense that your world doesn't revolve around her, and that makes her curious. She starts wanting to earn your attention instead of you trying to earn hers. So start working on yourself, not for her, but for you. Begin small. Read something new every day. Lift weights, take care of your body, set daily goals, spend time in silence, cut out things that drain your energy. Endless scrolling, comparing yourself to others, chasing validation. Because when you are emotionally centered, women notice. They feel the change in your energy. They lean in without even knowing why. Now let's talk about something subtle but incredibly powerful: psychological tension. It's that unspoken energy between two people that builds through silence, eye contact, and emotional presence. It's the dance between closeness and space, between warmth and restraint. When you master this, you don't have to chase or perform. You simply exist in the moment. You're not trying to win her. You're just there, calm, collected, and comfortable in your skin. That kind of presence is magnetic. Most men can't sit with silence. They fill it with nervous talk, jokes, or trying to impress. But the women, remember, they are calm in silence. They listen more than they speak. They let their words breathe. Their voice has depth, not volume. They let their eyes do half the talking. That presence builds a powerful kind of tension. It makes her wonder, what's he thinking? It makes her lean closer. It makes her curious. And when she starts thinking about you more than you're thinking about her, that's when everything changes. Now let's take that further. Speak less, but feel more. Don't try to impress her, impress yourself. When you talk, speak slowly from emotion, not ego. Let your words hang in the air a little. Don't rush. Let her feel the space between your sentences. That space is where mystery lives. Talk about what moves you, your goals, your values, what gives your life meaning. Don't brag or overshare. Speak honestly. When you talk from a place of quiet confidence and emotional depth, you sound different from every other man she's met. You sound real, and that energy stays with her long after you're gone. But here's something even more important. If she didn't like you at first, it might not be because you weren't attractive. It might be because she didn't feel safe enough to look deeper. Attraction and trust are connected. A woman can't open her heart if she doesn't feel emotionally safe. So every small action you take, the way you listen, the way you handle conflict, the way you make her feel heard builds or breaks that sense of safety. You want your presence to say, you're safe here. You don't have to guard yourself. When a woman feels that kind of emotional safety, her walls come down. And when they do, she starts to see you in a completely new light. because attraction isn't built through pressure, it's built through peace. Now let's talk about the energy behind attraction itself. Real attraction isn't about how hard you try, it's about the energy you carry. You can buy her gifts, send perfect messages, plan perfect dates, but if that energy comes from insecurity or desperation, she'll sense it immediately. On the other hand, if your energy comes from calmness, self-belief, and quiet purpose, she'll feel that too. So instead of chasing, start radiating. Instead of trying to impress, start embodying. Women can feel the difference between a man who wants attention and a man who has peace. Think about everything we've covered so far. The eye contact that builds connection, the scent that triggers emotional memory, the calm confidence that speaks louder than words. You've learned how small gestures done with intention create deep emotional impact. The truth is, attraction isn't about doing more, it's about doing less, but doing it with presence. You don't win her with big words or expensive dates. You draw her in through energy, through subtlety, through the quiet confidence of knowing who you are. Most men make the mistake of trying to convince a woman to like them. They try harder, talk more, spend more, do more. But real attraction doesn't work like that, because when a woman truly feels drawn to a man, it's not because he talked her into it, it's because his energy changed how she saw him. That's what happens when you stop chasing and start becoming, when you stop oversharing and start letting silence do its work, when your eyes communicate more than your words ever could, when you carry yourself with peace instead of pressure. That's the man who doesn't beg for love. He becomes the standard for it. Let her be curious about you. Women are naturally drawn to mystery. Let her wonder why you didn't kiss her right away. Let her question why she feels safe with you even though she barely knows you. Let her remember your scent when she walks through a store. Let her check her phone hoping you texted even though she told herself she didn't care. That curiosity, that quiet wondering is emotional gravity. It keeps building, slowly pulling her closer without you forcing anything. That's the difference between pursuit and polarity. When you create polarity, you're no longer chasing her. She's drawn toward you, trying to figure you out. That's where real magic happens, the kind that can't be faked. And here's something most women will never say out loud, but every woman feels. A man's true value lies in how he makes her feel about herself. When she's around you, does she feel seen, heard, and appreciated? Does she feel beautiful? Not because you said the words, but because your presence makes her feel that way. If she does, she won't just want you, she'll respect you. And respect is what transforms attraction into connection. So, let's end with this. You don't need every woman to like you. You don't even need her to like you. You just need to become the kind of man who is so calm, so confident, so content within himself that when she finally does notice you, it's not because you begged for attention. It's because you became impossible to ignore. So the next time you see a woman who doesn't seem to notice you, don't shrink, don't chase, don't get bitter, just smile. Stand tall and say silently to yourself, she just doesn't know me yet, but she will. Thank you so much for watching today's video. If anything in this message shifted how you see yourself, hit that like button. It really helps the channel grow. Leave a comment below and tell me which idea you're going to try first. I read every single one. And if you haven't already, subscribe to my channel where we go deeper than most ever dare. Remember, attraction isn't a trick, it's a transformation.